You check sound guys.
Yeah, hi Jay.
Okay, guys, and let's start. Okay, hello everyone. I am Nora, and it's very exciting to host the Crypto Market Insight session with our guest. Today, we asked you to have with us our guest who will be sharing their opinions on the market trends. As a host of today's discussion, I'll be leading us through a thought provoking conversation that promises to be both informative and engaging. So, whether you are an experienced crypto user or just getting started, we encourage you to sit back, relax, and join us for what is sure to be an enlightening discussion on this week's market performance, trend, and hotspots. Well, the live session is broadcasting on CoinW Live channel and CoinW's YouTube channel. And welcome all to watch and leave your opinions or questions about market, coin, or etc. in the comment. Our guest will pick up some to answer. And yeah, I will mention that our audience can join our official community to claim the 20 USDT rewards. And please check the live details for the link. Yes, and in this part, we would like our guest to share your market insights on any crypto tokens you want to talk about. Please be free to share the screen to let us watch your charts. And firstly, let's welcome Jay. Yeah. Okay, Jay, it's okay.
Yo, what up? Hello. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay. I'm gonna share my screen, but unfortunately, I'm not. Uh, I got a problem with my computer, so I'm just gonna share a little bit on my screen. Here we go. So it's not gonna be long. Just with the dominance still high right now. Okay. Can you guys see it? Because I'm using laptop today. Can you see it, Nora?
Yes, yes.
Yo. Okay. All right. So for the bitcoins, yeah, after the drops, you got these big candles, and this big candle is made what we call a H pattern. So look at from this top, retrace, and then look at this. It's like a H. Some H is like it can be like a small H like this, or a double tall like like with the same tail, and this one too, same highs. But unfortunately, could be like the small H. This and H usually a bear pattern, but in this case, it could be trap. So people think this is H and people shorting. So, but me, I think this is a trap for the H. So that's why, uh, for me to be sure to enter like some alts to longs, I need Bitcoin at least reclaim from the half of this candle. So half of the H, which is around 112 ish. If we can reclaim, we rejected on Tuesday. So I don't know if we can. We might try to retest one more time 112. So if we can reclaim and hold, so the next target is 120. If not, maybe we can make the same low around 101 something or 102, 103. But this is could be like not entering it for the futures yet. But I got spot on it. I got spot on it. Hold on. I'm just gonna talk about BTC today because I'm not comfortable with the laptop, guys. I don't have my mouse. I don't have and it's kind of slow. Look at this. So on it, mm, I'm not ready. Why? I still want it coming back into this area, like 3562 or even 3300. But to be honest, I'm not ready on it. But don't get me wrong, I'm still bullish on it. The I'm not ready to long it. This is for future, but for the spot, you get yeah, I got around 1,000 ish, 800, 1,800, 2,200 something is, but for spot, if you guys wanna buy spot, I think I just need lower, like 35, 33, but my target's still the same, 6K for the midterm. But blow off top, I don't know, maybe we can go 8, 10, but 6 still my target, and I will be coming for 6 soon. All right, Sonar, that was my analysis for this week. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Thanks for Jay and thanks for your analysis. Well, next one, let's invite Priya. Okay, nice to see you. Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay, so guys, today market condition when I look into the BTC, it was actually a kind of a sideways. Actually, took a sideways after a longest depth we have seen. Recently, market was performing unpredictable, even though we can see that the market was trying to recover in this stage. Yeah, most probably we can see that the market going to react in uptrend. Why? Because we have the rate cutters closer to us, so everything was set right now. So market correction was done. I think this could be the final correction again before the uptrend. So this all season, I think we can expect before 28th of October, or else beginning of November itself, we can see the bigger changes in the market. So I hope this could be a better chance for everyone to go for the long. But don't my always suggestion right now in this situation, futures trade is a little bit risky. Who are holding on a spot, that could be better for you guys, and the pressure towards the market is still there, because whenever it touches a resistance part, we can go with the BTC or Ethereum, whatever. So everything is getting the very sudden selling pressure. So sometimes we can also start to take a risk while trading, but not in a futures. So futures trade also we can trade with a less leverage to avoid the liquidity. But majorly I'm focusing on the spot rate. for long term holding. So people who are trading in our futures, you have to be so cautious actually. So it's a condition. Market is right now in a pause and digest mode right now, because we have seen the BTC and Ethereum which is bounced back modestly. uh, but the surface there is caution. Always we are facing the caution on the surface, which is in the sense of uh, support, with the macro headwinds also strong and the volume soft, which is very lesser volume we are going with, so which can explore any time. So right now we can hold it and pull the momentum right now. So that is what my suggestion and expectation about the market today.
Yeah, sure. That's great. Thanks for Priya. And next one, let's invite Parasfine. Yeah, it's your turn.
Hi Nora, thank you so much for having me. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, please just give me a moment to share my screen. For the market this week,
Sure.
nothing really has been happening. Nothing really has been happening in the market this week. The market has been really slow, but I have um some news on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. Like I said earlier, nothing has really been happening in the market currently. The market has been really slow, moving towards any direction. It has really just been fluctuating since we had that drop about 2 weeks ago. We have not really had a move that is really promising, and I think that's the reason I've not been able to enter a buy order on Bitcoin, or I've not really had like any good structure that will prompt me into taking an entry on Bitcoin. But I'm still waiting to see how price will develop before I will take any position on Bitcoin. As you can see that in the last 1 week, Bitcoin dropped drastically from 123 all the way down to 103. It got to 103, I think, last week after that huge fall in the market space. And ever since then, the market has really been fluctuating. Like we've not had any, personally, I've not had any um good confirmation on on an entry on Bitcoin. So actually, I'm waiting to get a good confirmation for Bitcoin to see if I can set a buy order on Bitcoin. And then for Ethereum, Ethereum has always, Ethereum has always been moving slow. Ethereum is a type of, coin that moves slow but steady. So it might actually look like it's not doing a lot, but in the long run, it's actually moving. So for Ethereum, I'm currently on a position on Ethereum. My entry was for 3,819, and that was I think last week Friday. My entry was for 3,890, and then I set my stop loss for 3,640. Now, this is not a avenue to set an order currently. I'm just trying to tell you guys that I had an entry on Ethereum, and I'm currently on the trade because I feel like the market is still consolidating. So you might want to wait actually to see how far the market is going to, retrace before trying to like set in an entry. So for my buy position, and definitely if I get a good sell position for Ethereum, I'll take that too. But currently, I've not seen any confirmation yet. But I expect a retracement before we continue to the downside, and that is what I'm trying to catch. And after that, maybe I'll see a good sales setup to take, and um, I'll try to watch out for either a sell. Currently, the market is retracing, so I think the best thing people can do is actually just hold on to get a good entry on any of the coins that you want to trade. It's very important. Just hold on, and then you find a good confirmation for either buy and sell. So basically, that's it on Ethereum. And then I've been looking at Solana too, actually. Yeah, Solana. I've been looking at Solana. Solana actually went down, but it didn't go down as much as other coins. We have the like of Solana, BCH. Yeah, Solana, BCH. They went down, and but they didn't really go down as much as the other coins did. So Solana, which has the same situation as Ethereum and Bitcoin. The price pushed to the downside all the way back to 170 actually, and he actually went below that. If you can see, the price pushed down all the way back to 170, and it went below that. And currently, it has moved back to 189.60. And I took a buy order on Solana. Studying the market structure, I'm expecting a retracement to the upside before I potentially see sell on the Solana coin. And it also depends on the kind of structure that I get before I set a sell position on Solana. So for the buy position for Solana, I had an entry at 180 actually. I set an entry at 180, and then I also set my stop loss at 170. And I am targeting that Solana might actually get to 200. It has done that before, so I won't be surprised if it's doing that again. Solana might actually get to 200 for my take profit, and the market, has not been moving like I said in general. It has been having consolidation basically, and usually the trade I used like 1 hour time frame instead. So a consolidation on the higher time frame might not necessarily be a consolidation on the lower time frame. But like I said earlier, I majorly trade the 1 hour time frame and also the daily chart. And this weekend will make it 2 weeks, I guess. This weekend will make it 2 weeks that the market has been consolidating, and that's basically how I view the market this week. Nothing really much going on. So I'll actually wait till next week to see how far the market would retrace, and then I'll actually wait to see if I can potentially get a good buy. Like I always say on live that I'm necessarily not taking sell orders. Now I can't remember the last time I took sell orders. I take more of buy orders because I believe that currently we're in a bullish phase of in the market. If not for the 2 weeks cool down that happened, I feel that we're in the bullish. So I still feel like the market is actually going to increase. You just need to be patient to see how it goes and find a good entry for your buy. And also, if you like to take a sell order, I personally don't take sell orders. Well, if you like to take a sell order, you can also be patient and also find a sell order entry for your market. So basically, I've been looking at Bitcoin definitely. I've been looking at Solana, Ethereum, and I also looked at Celestia. But I'm not really going to say much on that because I'm just analyzing the Celestia market. So probably next week I might have a lot to say on Celestia. So I think that's what I have on the market insights this week.
Yeah, sure. That's really great. Thanks for clarifying. And well, let's invite Boris now. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, hey, how are you guys? So I wanted to talk about the total three chart because I've been referencing it for maybe the past month, like more than like probably 2 months. Let me get rid of these. So total three basically measures uh, the the market cap of altcoins. So that this excludes Bitcoin and Ethereum. So we can see that we've been watching these levels between like 1.17 trillion and then 1.17 trillion as resistance, which was the all-time high from the previous altcoin cycle in 2021, and then we've been kind of like range bound between like 1.09 trillion to 1.15, and then like 1 trillion to the bottom. And right now we're like barely holding on to the $1 trillion mark. So what I want to see is for the total three market cap to start closing daily candles above 1 trillion, and then we can start talking about an altcoin recovery. And then if you take a look at like USDT dominance, this shows that there's a lot of money flowing into stable coins right now. So USD dominance is breaking out. We're above the 5% level, and if we continue going up from there, there's going to be more weakness for altcoins. So for the bulls out there, you would want to see USDT dominance start to go down here. So that's what I'm hoping for. But we'll just have to watch this chart. And then Bitcoin dominance, it's also on the rise, which is bearish for altcoins. So yeah, we want to see Bitcoin dominance come down here. And then yeah, overall, like the first speaker was saying, like it's kind of been a slow market this week. Very choppy. Very hard to capture like trending movements. And then for like Bitcoin, it's just kind of like chopping around. Like like the price action is very I'd say it's like inorganic because of the the Trump headlines and the tariffs. So it's been a very tricky market. So for Bitcoin, I wanted to get above like the 55 exponential. It's like around 114,000, and then hopefully get above this high from Tuesday. Yeah, so we need to get above 114 on Bitcoin to get more bullish again. And then if we drop below 106, like this level, then I would expect like a flush down to 100K. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at for today.
Yeah, sure. Great. Thanks for Boris. And now we would like to dive into the next part. I have some questions about the market trends and would like to discuss with our traders. Okay, I'll share my screen. Yeah. Well, so question one. Last week's sharp drop now looks like just another taco trade with BTC back at 110K. So I would like to ask guys, do you know what is taco trade? Well, yeah, taco trade. If not, I will do a brief introduction. Okay, so Jay?
Yep. What up?
Yeah,
Have you already? I don't know about taco tray. Is some kind of
oh, it's okay, it's okay.
slangs or mean. But have we already seen the bottom? 80%, yes. 80%. Like I told you guys, for Bitcoin, yeah, but for alts, I don't know because the dominance it's kind of high right now. The Bitcoin dominance. So while Bitcoin dominance keep rising, and when there is a time Bitcoin pullback also, and all is going to be like get some drops, like bigger drops, like 10-20%. But so that's why about for Bitcoin, yes, but some alts, the one that's stronger against Bitcoin dominance, like Binance and Tron, and what else? But some alts, it's far from bottom, like SN, syntax, which is we call SNX, and a lot of alts that outperform Bitcoin dominance, but a lot also the one that still weak against Bitcoin dominance, but the one that weaker is more than the strongest. So that's why for the odds, I cannot say if we seen the bottom yet, but for Bitcoin, yes. So yeah, with the rising geopolitical tension, next month on 1 November, we're gonna get uh China product will get tariff around 150%. So I don't know what will happen during 1 November. Maybe we already passed over that because market is already got the impact, and it could be like it already this could be also like already sell the news is already happened. So maybe like when at once China got 150%, there is two probability: market might just don't care, or market might just give you guys another drops to entry. And it's like I don't know. Let's see on 1 November. I mean, like, but the news is came up from yesterday, but we but seems like market is already adjusting with the news, because like last time when that news came out, market is already shocked, but I think market it's get used to it with that news. So same like war on Russia Ukraine before, and Israel and Palestine. If the market is already accepted with what's going on with economy or geopolitical tension, so I think this time market will accept also. So that mean my bet, I don't think we're gonna get the drops. So I'm gonna stay with my prediction. There's no bottom for Bitcoin. So that's the lowest you get. Maybe like just a little bit weak, 102, 101. That's it. That's it.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
All right. That's
Yeah, yeah, sure. Thanks for Jay and thanks for your answer. By the way, I would like to do a brief introduction for the taco trade for our audience. Yeah, so what is taco trade? Well, it's not like something to do with the food. This word was first used by a writer called Robert Armstrong at the Financial Times, and taco is a short way of saying Trump always chickens out. So what does that mean? It's about a pattern we often see. It works like first there is a strong talk and big actions, like saying he will put high tax on other countries. This makes people nervous and gives him power in talks. Then when the markets go down a lot or people get really scared, finally he stops and he changes his mind and pulls back. And here's the interesting part. Yeah, this idea has now moved from the stock market into crypto. Yeah, this is something called taco trade. And yeah, let's back to our question. Have we already seen the bottom and could rising geopolitical tensions slow down the next crypto bull run? Yeah, and let's invite Priya now. Yeah, Priya.
Okay, so it's a great question actually. So this could be the great point we have you have mentioned about the tackle trade. So last week's sharp drop, honestly, this looks like just another attacker trade actually. So that's a moment I have felt like that. So quick dip, strong rebound, and everyone who panicked got left behind. So wish, with also Bitcoin back above 110K. So the market seems to have found its footing again. So from my perspective, this looks like classic higher low setup actually, which meaning the overall uptrend is still intact, and we can even saw the strong buying nearly on 105 to 107K. That is a zone right now we are seeing. So which also suggests that the institutions and the long-term holders were stepping in, and that's a healthy sign of a confidence. Okay. And when it's comes to the geopolitical tensions, yes, now it's also raising the geopolitical tensions. Of course, they can create the short-term volatility, especially if a gold markets turn risk off. But the history shows that in uncertain times, also, Bitcoin often attracts interest as a digital hedge, and which is similar to the gold. So, while we might see the temporary slowdowns, it doesn't necessarily kill the bull run, actually, right? So, it can even strengthen the long term narrative for the BTC. That is how I will just look forward about this. And unless we see a major macro shock, it looks like the market has already shaken off that correction. So the focus now is whether the Bitcoin can push beyond 115K. So that is a key level to confirm the next bull run towards this market. So I'm just waiting for that to push towards 115 right now.
Yeah, sure. That's great. Thanks for Priya. And next one, let's hear from Parasofine.
Alright, so if I understand trade current correctly, I think it means when the market just suddenly goes down, just like what happened the last 2 weeks, where the market just we had the short term dip, and then traders were scared and people started withdrawing their money. People lost a lot of funds, and then people were surprised. But as a trader, I think that when something like that happens, it's the usual thing in the market. It is expected because when we have a sudden dip like that, I just feel like the market is trying to show signs that it's going to also retrace back. And for the Bitcoin lowest, I feel that Bitcoin could actually drop to um, the last all-time high of I think 99K, think 99 to 100K, and I think that is like the lowest that it can go for now actually. So if traders are scared about what to do and what not to do, like I said earlier, I just think that it is best for you to be patient and allow the market do what it has to do. And for the deep, this happens like it happens not often in the market, but it happens like it's something that traders should expect. Something that traders should expect, and then would not be surprised that actually the market will bounce up and it would surpass the previous all-time high, and that is for Bitcoin. So I think that that's what I have. And as we can see, the market is actually retracing. It's just that it is slow, but as obviously because Bitcoin went all the way to 103, it went all the way as low as 103, and currently it is at 108. Yesterday it went all the way to I think 110. So we can see that it is actually retracing back, just that it is kind of slow, but then slow and steady. So I think that's what I have on that question.
Yeah, makes sense. Thanks for Parasofine. And last one, let's hear from Boris.
Yes, I think have we seen the bottom? I'm not sure. I thought we did last week, but this week the market has continued to bleed. Uh, so so yeah, like last week I thought we did see the bottom, but now I'm thinking maybe not, especially because we already went over some of the other metrics like USD dominance and Bitcoin dominance. So I think actually now I'm leading we might not have seen the bottom. And then regarding rising geopolitical tensions, yeah, I think yeah, always like geopolitical tensions are always a risk for not just crypto but like global markets. So I think yeah, unfortunately it could slow down uh an upcoming bull run, especially I don't know, I guess the war with Russia and the United States, and then the trade war with China. I think all of these could be a factor. So yeah, I think there might be some more downside to come if if the geopolitical landscape continues to be uncertain.
Okay, yeah. Thanks for Boris. And guys, let's move on to the question two. Well, uh, in the past year, large cap tokens like BTC, ETH, Solana, etc., have demonstrated stronger market consensus and resilience, while altcoins show much weaker price mm, elasticity. Does this indicate a structural shift toward large cap tokens dominance? And yeah, the next question, what criteria should investors use to select altcoins with higher elasticity and growth potential? Yes, two questions. And let's first invite Jay. Okay, Jay, you here? Oh, can you hear me? Okay, I think Jay's maybe trees now. And while Parsifying, it's okay for you? Okay, Jay, I see
Yeah.
you here.
Right,
Okay.
sorry.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
It's
sorry,
okay.
sorry, sorry. Yeah, you know me, you know me, you know me. Yeah, yeah, I was trading. Does it get structural shift toward the large cap token dominance? Some of it is already happening. Like I think like some is stronger than I mean like some it's fighting against, not stronger. Bitcoin dominance is still stronger than others. So it's fighting the dominance, but to this to happen, Bitcoin need to break the 58% dominance first. But it looks like it is used to be around this time of the year, October, November, and then like December. But let's see. The month's still not end yet. Now, if we not, no. I'm just gonna say it. So Bitcoin can go to 130, and then like dominance going down below 58%, and it BTC need to perform because the one that triggering is always it BTC is the one that it. So I mean like not Sol, so it's always it. But if it can perform, but nowadays I also see like I also saw Sol BTC. So in case like Sol is going to perform, but I think we can go with Sol to end it because Sol is also like one of the strongest performance this cycle. So we can include Sol too. We can include Sol too, and is for me it's utility, but some shit token and meme coin is still fine, guys. As long the one that you buy, there is a community behind it, and there is a volume. So I'm fine with anything, but as long they got volumes, even shit coin or memes, I'm fine with anything as long as volume. But for now, I'm not seeing dominance and ABTCs. I'm not seeing dominance drop and ABTC is just kind of sideline for the alts until I saw the until I see that. I mean, until I see this. All right, doesn't
All
matter.
right. Jay, so what kind of criteria you suggest for investors to choose altcoins? Yeah.
Sorry, it was cut off. What?
Yeah. I
What was
mean,
saying?
what kind of criteria you suggest for us to trade?
Just now, your voice kind of choppy on me. I don't know.
Oh yeah,
Can
yeah,
you
yeah.
repeat one more time? Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, what kind of criteria you suggest for us to trade for the altcoins? Yeah, how to choose? Like,
How to choose?
Yeah,
Yeah,
how to choose.
I think I explained it already. I mean, like how to choose. Uh, how to choose. That's kind of hard. I mean, like the folks have to research by themselves. But if you guys want to be safe, just like if you guys are like lazy to, let's say, our listener is lazy to, lazy to research. Just pick the one that top 50, and then you read those project, those top 50. I mean, like no, 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 sorry, top 10 until top 50, because top 10 is kind of the big caps, but only one for the out season is the medium caps out. So just pick. But for me, since the one that going to trigger the alts, it's it. Yeah, it's more makes sense to pick the layer two, because like when it perform, as always, all the kids, all the ecosystem is going to pump. So from my suggestion, you guys start to research like which is the best layer two right now. So that was it, Nora.
Yeah, yeah, cool, cool. Thanks for your advice. That's great. And next one, let's hear from Priya.
Yeah, okay. So, yes, again, an interesting question. So, honestly speaking, it does look like we're seeing a structural shift in the market actually. Over the past year, large cap tokens like BTC, Ethereum, Solana have shown a far greater resilience in the market consensus when compared to the mid and small cap altcoins. So this also tells us two things right now. First thing, capital in the crypto is becoming more mature. And the second stuff, investors are valuing the liquidity, trust, and utility, which is more than just a hype. So there are also a macro reason for this. So because in a high rate uncertain environment, um, traders and the institutions they are tend to break funds in the assets like liquid, transparent, and institutionally supported one. So that is the Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and also a few more coins which we have. So many altcoins on other side we have seen that have struggled with the low volumes. Not only low volumes, it also struggled with token unlocks or fading narratives. So which also limits their price elasticity, which meaning that they just do not bounce back as quickly even when the Bitcoin rallies. Of course, that we have the one seeing in the market. So now, does this mean the altcoins are dead? Guys, what do you think? Just comment. But my opinion, not at all, because it just means investors need to be more selective. And if you're looking for altcoins which higher the elasticity and long-term growth potential, we can focus on main stuffs like fundamentals, strong fundamentals, or narrative alignment, and tokenomics as well, the supply structure, everything. So when look for a real user activity, daily active wallets, transaction volume, developer activity, and ecosystem growth. These are very important on strong fundamental stuff. And when you wanted to invest in any of the altcoins, and most probably we have to look forward with the project, which is the narrative alignment on the project should align with upcoming market trends. I think AI, decentralized finance, yield innovation, and most probably layer 2 scaling, or it might be the tokenization. So this kind of project tokens we can go for the suggestion, we can take it as a suggestion, and also we can look forward for the investment. I think this could be better. And also the supply structure, which we have to avoid the projects with a heavy unlock schedules or a centralized control. So we want a fair emission model and a clear utility case for the token processing. So as the large cap dominance might be the core structure of the cycle, but the next breakout outcomes will likely come from the projects that are solving the real problems with the visible adoption, not just the marketing, which is very important. So it needs to solve some problems which you are facing on the blockchain already. What are the existing problems you are facing into the blockchain technology that it needs to solve those problems, and that is a project we have to look forward which have a scope actually.
Yes, yeah. That's really great. Thanks for Priya. Very impressive. And then let's hear from Persify. Yeah.
All right. So I think what I have on that question is please hold on. Okay, so what's the part here? Okay. All right. So I think cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana, as you know, they've shown great stability compared to other smaller altcoins, and I think this is the main reason investors um invest more in them than altcoins, because you know they've shown great stability, and their prices recover faster, you know, after the market dips. Take instance, Ethereum, Bitcoin, and Solana. Sorry. Um, in the last 2 weeks, other altcoins also dipped, you know, with these particular coins, but you know they've been really struggling to get back up. But the likes of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana, for instance, Solana now is going on its way back to 190. It went all the way down to 170, and then it's on its way back to 190. Let's not forget that the all-time high for Solana in the past 1 month is about 220, I guess. Yeah, I think it's about 220. So is on his way back to that that prize.
Okay. Yes. Okay, good. Thanks for
Sorry. Okay.
Persify. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's okay.
So like
You
I
wanna
was saying, yeah, I was
okay.
saying, you know, their prices recover faster after the market dip, just like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. You know, and this would make investors to have confidence in them, and also invest more in them than altcoin. However, altcoin are still, you know, there are some altcoins that will still do well in, you know, after the dip, and then we have some altcoins like Cardano. We have some altcoins like Chainlink, but then I feel like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana are more.
Uh Persify, can you hear me?
So I feel like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana are more stable than other altcoins. I'm so sorry, I have a bit of network issue. That's why I'm breaking in transmission. But yeah, that's what I have for that question.
Yeah, sure. Great. Thanks for your answer. And well, last one, let's hear from Boris.
Yeah, I agree with the question. I think there's definitely a shift towards larger cap tokens, especially if like yeah, Bitcoin is the most has the most dominance. Then yeah, really it's the large caps like Ethereum and Solana. If you look at like the top, the top 10 altcoins by market cap, they pretty much take up like over like a majority of the market share compared to all the others. So so yeah, definitely there's definitely been a shift towards Bitcoin and Solana and Ethereum and maybe some other stronger tokens. So I think uh, yeah, I think the criteria to use is just yeah, just check the trends of the ones that the tokens that are actually gaining market cap over the long term and are in an uptrend. Like yeah, exactly, just like Bitcoin and Ethereum and Solana, they have definitely been performing the best, maybe even BNB. So um yeah, I'll just look at the long term trend of things and yeah, just maybe shift towards projects that have been showing strength in kind of a bearish period. So that would be my view.
Yeah, yeah, sure. Thanks for Boris. And guys, let's move on to the last question. Well, the US CPI data will be released this Friday. What potential impact could it have on the crypto market? Yes, anyone who wanna say something? Well, uh, Jay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, Priya first.
Oh, sure. So right. So yeah, this Friday US CPI Dallas is going to be one of the most closely watched macro events of the month. So I'm looking so closely for the event. Not only me, all the traders are waiting for this, and not just for traditional markets, but for the crypto as well. So everyone is waiting for that. So the reason is simple. Yeah, we know that the inflation data directly affects the interest rate expectations, right? So and those expectations drive liquidity. So the lifeblood of crypto markets. So if the CPI that comes in lower than expected, it signals that the inflation is cooling down. So, what I think is that could also strengthen the case for the Federal Reserve to cut the rate sooner, so or at least maintain an easier stance. In that scenario, what I likely see the risk assets rally, which include Bitcoin and Ethereum. So, as as a traders, we are anticipating that more liquidity following into the market. It's flowing right now, so it could also push the US dollar lower, which historically benefits the crypto prices. However, if the CPI prints are hotter than they expected, that means inflation is still sticky, and even the Fed might stay cautious about cutting the rates. That could also strengthen the dollar, push bond yields higher, and it could also put a short-term pressure on Bitcoin and altcoins. But right now, I can't tolerate the pressure for altcoins. I can tolerate with the Bitcoin, but not with altcoins because already it was dropped a lot, and still I'm not able to tolerate the pressure into the altcoins, and that's my view. So but in the current setup, so the market seems cautiously optimistic, pricing in a slight decline in inflation. So a cooler CPI could act as a bullish catalyst actually, while a hot print could trigger the temporary pullback. So the key here is just a simple, just a CPI number itself, but how it affects the Fed's forward guidance, whether they maintain a dovish tone or a hint at it is staying tighter or longer one. So we are closely watching for the Friday's data closely. It could set the tone for the next big move in a Bitcoin and broader crypto market sentiment.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Excellent. Let's see, let's see. And well, Parasify, wanna share more information? Okay.
All right. So for the CPI, I don't really have much to say on that, but I think that it's a key indicator, that helps investors predict what the Fed might do next with interest rates, which has a big influence on all the financial markets, which includes crypto too. So if the CPI comes in higher than expected, higher than what we've expected, it means that the inflation is still very strong, and this might push the Fed to, keep interest rates very high or even raise them again, to cool down the economy. And on the other hand, if the CPI, shows lower inflation, it also suggests that prices are stabilizing and that the Fed may start cutting interest rates very soon. So the lower rates encourage borrowing and also investment, which helps in pushing more money into the crypto market and other high risk assets too. And for the potential impact, I think that the CPI report could cause a major move in the crypto market, obviously, like it has always done. If inflation is higher than expected, like I said earlier, the Federal Reserve may keep interest rates very high, making investors more cautious and also pushing the crypto prices down. But if the inflation is lower than expected, it signals that the economy is cooling, which could also lead to the rate cuts and also encourage more investment in riskier assets like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and other altcoins like Cardano, Chainlink, like I mentioned earlier. And this often, triggers a price rally. And in short, high CPI is like a bearish for crypto markets, while the low CPI is like a bullish for crypto markets. And traders, should always expect short-term volatility when the CPI data is released, just like the news that happened in the past 2 weeks. So I think that is actually what I have on that question.
Yeah, sure. Great. Thanks for participation. And let's hear from the last one, Boris. Okay.
Um, yeah, I think the CPI will be pretty big because I think that's what the market is waiting for at this point. So, yeah, if CPI comes in, let's say it comes in cooler than expected, then that's going to be very bullish because the Fed is going to be more likely to raise rates. On the other hand, well, let's say it just comes in as expected, then probably it probably won't be a big impact. But if it comes in hotter, that means that inflation is running hotter than economic economists forecasted. So, and then in that case, the Fed is less likely to lower rates. If anything, they could possibly even raise rates. So I think so. Yeah, I think it could have a big impact, especially if it comes in lower than expected, it'll have a bullish impact, and if it comes in higher, then it'll have a negative impact. So yeah, and that's coming out tomorrow. So definitely waiting for that to come out.
Yeah, sure. Let's see. Let's see. And yeah, that's all. And thank you guys. Well, I
Sorry, I
bet
think I have Sorry, I think I have an input for audience. Since the news is coming out tomorrow, I would like I would just advise everyone listening to just be patient on the market. Don't just rush to buy or sell. Wait for the news to come out, and then you can now decide on what to do with the coins, because the news might affect the market either positively or negatively. So you don't lose as much as the last dip that happened.
okay, good. Thanks for your compliment. And yeah, I bet today's live stream is very important for our audience under this market. And let's wait for tomorrow. Yeah, and be sure to keep eye on CoinW and our esteemed guest. Follow the Twitter account as it will continue to share valuable insights on the world of crypto. And take care about our spot. Yeah, good luck, guys. See you next time.